Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So you are probably wondering why I'm making this video, and no, for the record, I'm not doing this for views or to start drama. Not like I'm already slightly involved in this drama or anything, but this video was made for the sheer purpose to give my perspective on the whole drama. And yes, it will be primarily focused on Aawn and Mythical, although I will also mention Rick at some points throughout this video. Oh, and for some extra details, for those wondering, Rick is basically Awn's lapdog. I guess that's the best way to describe him. But yeah, I don't know completely where I'm going to go with this video, because originally I wasn't going to get myself involved or make an input, but I guess at this point I got fed up of listening to all the literal bullshit that comes out of these guys' mouths. And yeah, I already know this video is going to get heavily disliked within the first hour that it goes up, most likely because Aawn will go and drop this video link in his Discord server for people to witch hunt it, which by the way is something he's pretty good at. And yeah, he will without a doubt deny that and demand for proof, which is also another thing him and Mythical included do a shit ton of, even for things that are hard to have solid proof for. So seeing as this video is just to give my opinions on all this and also make some points on the way, it won't be a full-on commentary or rant video, but obviously if either of them make an awful response to this video, which inevitably they will do, then I most likely will make a follow-up video to this. So without further ado, let's get straight into this. So the main reason I am making this video is because my brother Zypha and a good friend of mine, MVP Elliot, got targeted for no reason whatsoever by Aawn, and there has obviously been drama that went on between MVP Elliot and Zypha with Mythical, and that was around about 2 months ago when that all started, and it got to a point where it just turned into random shitposts from Mythical's behalf, which was on his More Mythical channel, where he made 5 videos including Zypha's name in the title, 3 of which were basically making unfunny Hitler jokes and slandering my brother, saying that he was bullying him, which is completely false information. And seeing as Mythical is one of the most dumbest people I've ever seen on the internet besides Aawn and Rick, he will probably sit here in my comments and say, how is that slandering? Well, here's the definition: to make false and damaging statements about someone. And that is what Mythical did. He said my brother was bullying, which he very much wasn't. He was doing what any other person would do in internet drama, which was responding to your response videos. I'm sorry, how the fuck is that bullying? He will probably say that that was a joke, but is it though? Because I don't think it made many people laugh. It was just an attempt to try and damage Zypha's reputation. And yes, my brother did make some shit posts, of which I think he did delete one of them, but he would have to correct me on that one. He did that initially to take the piss out of what you did, which was making unnecessary shit posts when you could have just either made a proper response at the time or just shut the fuck up. Obviously, after all this beef happened, Aawn wasn't even taking sides with Mythical at the time, but randomly started on Elliot for no apparent reason. Basically, there was a time not too long before where Aawn said he wanted to collab with Elliot and Zypha to make a Warzone video. Now, Aawn downloaded the game and said it was complete shit, and I don't know how you can say that because the game is fucking quality, but he ended up uninstalling it because it took up too much space on his PC and ended up not doing the collab with them. Now, some time passes from then, and then all of a sudden, Aawn leaves a sarcastic comment under one of Elliot's videos for literally no reason whatsoever, of which ended up turning into a strand of cancerous replies. And it just makes me laugh really how 1 minute this guy wants to collab with Elliot, then next minute he fucking despises him again. It just seems like this kid wanted to stir up drama so that he could have something to post on his dead-ass channel, where he hasn't uploaded in months. Basically, he accused Elliot of pinching his clan logo, which by the way, that is the worst way to hate on someone. Like, if you read the comment, you can kinda understand that he has no real reason to hate Elliot other than using his clan logo, which he claims is pinched, as an only reason to hate on the guy, which, just to put it out there, isn't pinched at all, and it was paid for, you fucking spastic. There are even screenshots of where MVP Tsunami was talking to a guy who made the logo for them, so fancy that. Your little theory there, Aawn, has been debunked. Even me and Zypha on a group chat asked Aawn how he knew it was pinched, and his response was, oh, I swear I've seen it before on Google Images. Yeah, as if. You're the one who begs for proof for any point made against you, and then you can't even give any proof yourself after making an accusation that Elliot pinched his clan logo. Doesn't that then make you quite a hypocrite? And I honestly hate using that term at this point, as Aawn overuses the word to a point where it no longer has a meaning. Like, at this point, Aawn calls everyone a hypocrite in any argument to seem like he's making a point. Fact is, this kid randomly started hating on Elliot, and why is that? Because me and Zypha switched to Elliot's side. I'm sorry, are we not allowed to be his mate or what? Like, literally, we start agreeing with Elliot's points, and then Aawn gets jealous or some shit because we no longer cared for him anymore, and started saying we were bull-sucking Elliot, which isn't that what you do for Rick all the time? Like, unless you're in private DMs, pretty much any argument that starts, Rick shows up to suck Awn's balls, and it's kinda sad to be fair. Like, you have to understand, Aawn, that we are gonna stick up for Elliot in drama, just like Rick sticks up for you. That's just how it is. If we're bull-sucking, then so are you. Now, another thing is that Aawn is allegedly making a video on Zypha and MVP Elliot. I mean, at this point, he will probably mention me too, and honestly, it's really funny to us guys because Aawn tries hard to come across as scary by uploading a video to his Aawn channel named trailer.mp4. Like, am I supposed to be spooked on a whole nother level? Because a little kid on the internet is trying to start drama over me and Zypha being mates with someone that, unfortunately, you don't like too much. Like, grow the fuck up. It's kind of funny how much backlash this kid is going to receive when he posts this video. The only people who are going to back up Aawn are Mythical with his many fake accounts, which I will get onto in a minute, Rick, or basically Awn's lapdog, and 3G, the retarded kid from Awn's old clan. Now, about Mythical's fake accounts, the problem is with this guy is he is so in denial it's unreal. Like, the amount of times people have pulled Mythical out for this or made points about him having alts in their videos on him is quite a lot, and every time someone does, he just denies the proof and asks for more. Like, if you're not going to take proof and accept it, then I'm sorry, but there's no more to give. Unless you expect us to recycle points just for you to yet again say they're false, then I don't know how else we're supposed to prove it. There is an ongoing thread of replies under a comment of Zypha's on 3G's recent Fortnite montage, and at one point Mythical said, at insert text here, which by the way is Zypha's commenting and liking channel, Mythical said, "You got no proof of me using alt XD," of which I responded, as Zypha didn't see the comment at the time. I came back by saying, "Proof? You need to show proof? Is it not clear to you at this point that people have shown proof many times and all you ever do is deny it and ask for more? It gets to a point where nobody can be asked anymore because you will just deny any piece of proof that's thrown in your direction. Kinda sad that you know you have alts, but you're just hiding behind the word proof when nobody can show solid evidence until you actually man up and show us all your accounts, spastic." Then he came in and said this, "Show the proof if you have it. I've been waiting for over a year for the proof and still none, so hurry it up." And finally, I said in return, "OMG, do I need to show you anything? Look at every video that's been made on you, and people have shown you things that show you most likely have alts. The only solid proof anyone could have that you don't have alts will have to come from you, I'm afraid. If you want people to stop accusing you of having alts, then just fucking show us your accounts already. It's not hard, is it?" And that was hours ago, of which he hasn't yet responded. Now, the point I'm trying to make is that he sits there and demands for proof, but yet won't accept any proof that people give. And it gets to a point where nobody can be asked anymore. Like, if you're not going to come to terms with the truth and you keep denying all forms of proof, then there's not much else we can do other than what we already have done on voice call, which is asking you to show us all your accounts. And when we did that, he resisted to show us all his YouTube accounts. And guess why he said he wouldn't? Because what's the point? Like, it's obvious that you're just guilty of having alts, but now we put you on the spot for it and ask you for the most solid proof we can get. You turn that down as well and start bottling it, which is just funny, to be honest. I don't have the voice call as I quite frankly forgot to screen record it, but many people can back me up on that as they were also in call with him when Mythical said that. Now onto Aawn again. Yeah, this kid, as I said earlier in the video, is very good at witch hunting people's videos by sending the video link to Discord servers so people will dislike spam them. And here is some evidence. Thanks to Zev for sending these, but the guy claims what he was doing wasn't witch hunting. This will be interesting, won't it? I will now pop up on screen the two screenshots from the conversation Zev had with Aawn, and it just shows how retarded Aawn is. Also, be sure to pause the video to read the two screenshots. Now, from those screenshots, it's clear enough that Aawn has lost the argument. He starts making fun of Zev's channel, calling him a cringy-ass commentary channel. Coming from you, who makes awful trailers with this cancerous music that has been overused way too much in our community. Shut the fuck up. And acting toxic just because Zev proved a point. And he even says Zev is using a fancy word. How is it a fancy word to say you are witch hunting, which you very much were? Are you fucking brain dead or what? How is Aawn gonna sit there and try to tell Zev that literally sending a video link of Elliot's to a chat for it to then get 30 dislikes isn't witch hunting? Yes, it is, you downy. You must have an IQ lower than 5. It's funny how he even says that me and Zypha in other conversations are dumb, yet he visibly denies that he was witch hunting Elliot's video after Zev had proven the point right to him. Like, this is what I don't understand about Aawn, and it's the same for Rick. Like, he calls us dumb, yet he has been in the UK for 10 years and can't speak proper English, which is the same length of time as my little brother who is 10. Rick has some of the worst grammar I've ever seen and can't make a remotely coherent sentence without fucking up on like 15 of the words. Doesn't that make you look quite dumb, Rick? Also, I guess the same goes for Aawn, as he has just as bad English and always makes retarded points in arguments, yet has the cheek to call me and Zypha dumb. Just get in the bin, mate. Something to talk about to do with Rick is that he is such a cocky ass. I mean, so is Aawn and probably Mythical as well, but Rick constantly asks my brother and other people for one-on-ones on Discord, and here is a prime example from the same thread of messages as when Mythical said we couldn't prove he had alts. Basically, Rick yet again tried to play the big man role, saying to Zypha to get on Discord and have a one-on-one. I'm guessing just to have a chat. And just a side note, there is no point in anyone trying to have conversations with Rick and Aawn on Discord chats, because all they do is interrupt and make awful points, and when you leave the group because they interrupt so much that you can't get a word out, they then call you a pussy for leaving. Absolute twats. But my brother tried to ask the guy to get on voice call, and as you can imagine, Rick turned it down and used the same shitty excuse that it was late and was about to go to bed so he couldn't talk on call. And what I find quite funny actually is how Rick always asks for one-on-ones late at night. Now, my theory is that he only does this because he knows he can use the time as an excuse not to go on voice calls. He never seems to ask for a chat in the day. It's always at night time. Doesn't that show how big of a melt this guy is? What's more amusing is when you finally get him to join a call, he just sits there in silence and shits bricks, which I can clarify as my bro joined a call with him as I was in the room and Rick didn't speak a word, and then used the excuse that there was no point talking because I was sat on call with Zypha, which I'm sorry, that's an awful excuse. If you are going to talk all that shit on messages, then you're going to have to say it on call, regardless of whether I'm on the call with my brother. Doesn't make a point. You probably wouldn't have spoken even if it was just my bro speaking to you, because you're just a pussy, mate. Another thing is that Aawn was slandering Zev's name, calling him a sex offender. Basically what happened was Zev's mate sent a picture of, I'm pretty sure, was child pornography, and Zev told a bunch of people in a group chat about what his mate had just sent him, and Aawn found this out and started saying that Zev was a sex offender for having that image, when Zev didn't even have that image stored on his PC and it was his mate that had sent it to him. Now, Aawn calling him a sex offender is very slanderous purely because even though Zev didn't get the image in the first place and was just forwarding what his mate had sent, which yes was a fucking stupid thing to do, the point is it wasn't him that got the image from the start, and also he doesn't live in the UK, so for Aawn to use the UK's laws against Zev is pretty pointless. If he did live in the UK, then fine, you would have every reason to call him one because he would get done for it without a doubt, but he doesn't, so the UK law won't apply to him, making it irrelevant. Also, another thing, which thanks to MVP Elliot for telling me this, but Aawn said he was chill with Zev, and in a voice call refused to talk about his involvement with the whole movement he made against Zev when he accused him of being a sex offender and a paedophile, and denied that he had even called Zev a pedo, which for the record, Aawn did. He tried to start a movement to get Zev into shit for being a nonce and a sex offender, which he isn't either of those things from what I know. Classifying Zev as a sex offender, considering that you know, Aawn, that Zev doesn't live in the UK, is, like I said, irrelevant. And the fact that just because Josh TV asked Aawn to join in the conversation about Zev being a nonce, Aawn then passed down the blame onto Josh, when Aawn was the one who started the movement in the first place, and isn't that a backstabbing thing to do, considering that Josh is meant to be supporting you over Zev? Jesus Christ, it's not a surprise me and Zypha don't want to be on your side of the drama. And just to put it out there, you blatantly lied about Zev being chill with you, because according to Elliot, Zev was on a call with him, Zypha and Kears ranting about you. Doesn't sound very chill to me. And Imagine denying that you called Zypha pedo when I have on-screen proof to prove that you directly called him one. Honestly, Aawn, you're such a spacker. Also, what baffles me is how Aawn always blames people for trying to start drama when he's the one who adds people to groups on Discord in the first place to have arguments. And also with Rick, he tends to go to Zypha randomly messaging him trying to provoke him, and when my bro says that he started it by messaging him in the first place, Rick then says all the time that his first message was a joke. Well, I'm sorry, we aren't your friend anymore, so why come to us trying to joke when it's not the appropriate time to be doing that, especially when we're in drama? A joke is meant to be taken lightly and to make one laugh, typically something mates do, but why would you send that to Zypha when you know he isn't your mate? You're clearly looking for an argument and to get some fucking attention, which seems to be what you're desperate for. Now, I guess my whole perspective on this drama is that it's completely pointless, as Aawn and Mythical, including Rick as well, are in denial cunts. They ask for proof all the time, no matter what situation, even if it's impossible to have proof for, like the fact that Mythical has loads of alts, yet they deny all proof thrown in their direction. They are dumb and make awful points. They bottle it when they get on call and make excuses all the time as to why they can't speak or make a point, specifically Aawn and Rick, and they are probably the most arrogant and ignorant people I've ever seen on the internet, and that puts aside all the retards I've met online in my time, so I guess that shows something, doesn't it? Yes, you will say it's my subjective opinion, but is it a surprise how many people hate you guys and how much hate your video Aawn is going to receive when you post it? It's just pointless starting drama with these guys because they won't come to terms with their own faults. They won't accept proof, they are cocky, and recycle old points to try and drag people down with them if someone has proven a point against them and they know that they have lost in an argument. I didn't want to get involved with this drama, but I guess I am now, so big fucking whoop, I guess. Watch this video get raided with dislikes as Aawn goes and witch hunts me. I can guarantee you 100% that will happen. Either that or Mythical will use his tons of alt accounts to come and dislike spam this video, which he denies that he even has all those alts, yet he is too scared to show us all his YouTube accounts, something I find both very suspicious and odd. If they even bother commenting below this video, being in denial as always, and being straight up pricks, then rest assured I will be deleting them, because I'm not having a bunch of lying and toxic retards in my comments section battling with me and leaving long threads of just cancerous replies. So yeah, they will dislike spam and be toxic because that's all they're capable of, and yeah, I can't wait to see Aawn's awful video get released and then ultimately shat on by everyone on my side of the drama. Anyways, that was my take on the current drama. Hopefully the vast majority of you enjoyed this. If you didn't, then get the fuck off my channel, I guess. Remember to smash the like button down below if you enjoyed this. Subscribe if you haven't already, as it will be highly appreciated and really helps me out in the long run. And don't forget to click the bell icon so you don't miss a single upload on this channel. Thank you all so much for watching, and I shall see you all in the next one. Peace.